I'm getting married tonight to Selena Gomez, the one and only. But I gotta tell y'all this phone conversation with Storm Reid, crazy ass. So Sky calls me on three-way with Storm Reid. So she's like, David, guess who on the phone? I'm like, who? She was like, baby, it's Storm Reid. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, she want to talk to you. So I'm like, all right. So Storm, like, my first question to you is why would you ask her to take off her pajama pants? Like you that much, like you that horny where you gotta ask somebody you hardly even know to take off their pajama pants? So I'm like, I asked her to take off her pajama pants because I know she got a body. And plus she was telling me that she was insecure about her body and I wanted to let her know that I was definitely interested in her figure. So she was like, yeah, but it's ways to show somebody you interested in a figure instead of asking them to take off their pajama pants. So to me, it screams out that she was just hitting that you wanted to have sex with her the whole time. So I'm like, no, that's not true. Because if that was true, then I wouldn't have told her that she wasn't ready when she said she was. So she was like, but you flew all the way down there to get some. Am I right or wrong? Like, don't even lie on his phone. It's just us three on the phone. You can just tell us the truth. I mean, it's not like she don't already know that that's what the fuck you came there for. I just want to know if that's what you came there for. So I'm like, yeah, Storm. She's like, I knew that's what he came there for, because there's no way that somebody gonna fly all the way down there just to talk to somebody. I knew that that's what he came there for. He came there for sex. So she was like, okay. Now, my next question to you is, how long do you plan on being with my best friend after you got what you wanted out of her? So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be with her for a long time. She's like, you know why I don't believe you? I'm like, why? She's like, because you talking about you don't know. Like, how the hell you don't know? You should know how long you going to be with somebody that you just took their virginity from. How you going to say you don't know? So I'm like, hold on, yo, Scott, let me talk to Storm Reid by herself. She's like, girl, you can put the phone down. I ain't afraid of him. So Scott was like, all right, I'm gonna put the phone down. Y'all be nice to each other. So Storm Reid was like, you should know. You know, you can't just do that to my friend and then play with her emotions. I'm like, how am I playing with her emotions? Playing with her emotions is not answering her phone calls, not answering her texts, not going out on a date with her. That's playing with her emotions. That's letting her know that all I wanted from her was sex. So if I was playing with her emotions, do you think we'd be on the phone right now? So she like, no. I'm like, okay then. So you not really making sense right about now. Do you have a boyfriend? She's like, well, I don't really think that's any of your business. I'm like, do you have a boyfriend? It's a yes or no answer. So she like, I mean, if I answer the question, what is it going to do for you? So I'm like, I just want to know that you got a boyfriend. She's like, why do you want to know? Unless you trying to get with me too. So I don't think I should answer that. Like, what do you want to know that for? So I'm like, I wanted to know it for a reason. She's like, so what is the reason? Because I ain't telling you something that you don't even need to know. Like, I don't even think it's any of your business, to be truthfully honest with you. So I'm like, yeah, but you all up in our business. I just want you to feel what you doing to us. So she like, oh, so you trying to say that I'm invading y'all privacy? Is that what you saying? So I'm like, I ain't saying it. I mean, you should ask Sky that. So she like, I mean, you speaking for her. So I'm like, I mean, you don't know what the girl feeling like. Did you ask her? So she was like, no, she's my best friend. So I'm like, okay, best friends never tell a best friend how they really feeling because they don't want to hurt their best friend feelings. Now, am I right about that? So she like, yeah, because I ain't tell Sky what I really think about what she did. Because I know if I told her how I really feel, I know that would make her cry and I know that it would hurt her feelings. So I wouldn't even tell her how I really feel. I'm like, well, how you really feel? So she like, I feel disgusted by it because how you gonna give your virginity to somebody that you don't even know? Like that makes you look like a hoe. To me, I think that makes her look like a hoe. But I'm not gonna call her a hoe because she is my best friend. So I'm not gonna do that. That's how I really feel about the situation. But back to what you were asking me, I don't think it's any of your business if I'm dating anybody. So What else you want to know? So I'm like, so you think you tough, don't you? She like, I don't, I didn't say I was tough. I just got a lot of brothers and I got a big family. So, I mean, I just know how to handle myself. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know why you so hard on me. I'm a nice person. She's like, I am not hard on you. I just don't get how you gonna ask a girl to take off their pajama pants. I'm like, okay, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about your body? And be truthfully honest. It's just me and you on the phone. Storm, how do you feel about that sexy ass figure of yours? So she like, how you know I got a sexy figure? Did you see it? I'm like, yeah, I know what you look like. So she like, mm-hmm. So what I look like? I'm like, you skinny and you got like, you kind of remind me of Zendaya a little bit. She like, yeah, people say that a lot. I'm like, yeah, you kind of remind me of a Zendaya, like a younger version of Zendaya. She like, yeah, okay, all right, you see me. I don't know. I think that my figure could be a little bit better. I'm like, okay, so if somebody asks, could they see you in your underwear? It's not that they thinking about sex. It's just that they want to let you know that they interested in your damn body. Don't you want to feel like you want it? Every girl like to feel like they want it. Am I right or wrong? So she like, yeah. I'm like, so why you all? I'm like, why you jumping down my throat? She like, I'm not jumping down your throat, David. I'm just saying that I didn't think that it was right to say something like that to my friend. So I'm like, what if I ask you that I'm like, what if I ask you to take off your clothes? She like, what? I don't know. I mean, what do you mean? I'm like, if I met you and the situations was turned around and I asked you to take off your clothes, would you do it for me? She like, I don't really know, David. I'm like, so why don't you just give me your number? So she like, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm like, just give me your number and I give you mine. She like, fine, all right. So she give me her number. So now I got Storm Reid number and Storm Reid got my number. So she like, now that you got my number, what you gonna do with it? So I'm like, I'm gonna use it. What you think I'm gonna do with it? So she like, oh. I mean, you ain't gonna be trying to talk to me behind my best friend back because I ain't that type of girl. I'm like, I'm just trying to get to know you. I want to talk to you. Maybe I want to just be your friend. She like, why did you say it that way? I'm like, say it what way? She like, maybe I just want to be your friend, like really fucking horny. I'm like, I ain't say it in a horny way. So all I remember is that Sky got back on the phone. She's like, what y'all talking about? Y'all alright? Is everything okay? So Storm like, you can put the phone back down. We kind of like discussing something. I'll tell you everything when we done talking. She's like, alright. So she put the phone down and so Storm like, why'd you say it in a horny way? I'm like, I didn't say it in a horny way. She's like, yes, you did. You didn't hear yourself. You didn't hear it the way I heard it. So I'm like, oh, well, how did you hear it? She's like, exactly the way I got it. You said it in a horny way. I'm like, okay, well, if I said it in a horny way, I didn't mean to offend you. She's like, you ain't offend me at all. I just want to know why you said it that way. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she like, what you gonna ask me when you call me? I'm like, what? What you mean? She's like, what you gonna ask me? What you gonna ask me? Take off my clothes? What you gonna ask me? Tell me. I'm like, I don't know, Storm. She's like, no, tell me. Because you seem like you got this type of effect on girls that they do whatever you want. You can't get me to do whatever you want, David. I'm like, oh, is that right? She's like, you don't know me. I'm a tough girl, especially when it comes to my body. I'm like, oh, is that right? She's like, yeah, I teach girls how to respect their body. You think I'm gonna let somebody just tell me what to do with my body, especially if I just met them? Like, that would mean that I'll be a hypocrite of everything I've been saying about how you should respect your body, how you should honor your body, and then I'm going back on my word by doing what you tell me to do with my body. That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm like, no, that's not true. She's like, well, how is it not true? I'm like, if I wanted, she's like, David, wait a minute. Just call me up. Just call me up. Just get off the phone with Sky and call me up so we can finish the conversation. So I'm like, all right. So Sky, she likes So Storm is calling Sky names so she can get her attention or whatever. And Sky like, hello. So what's going on? She was like, Sky, I gotta go. I'm gonna call you back. Your boyfriend is a handful. So she get off the phone and I'm like, Storm, I'm gonna call you back. Let me check on my daughter and stuff. She's like, all right, well, okay. Did everything go good? I'm like, yeah, everything fine. She's like, all right, well, I'm gonna talk to you later or call me as soon as you're done, okay? I'm like, all right, Storm. So I called Storm. I meant to say, all right, Sky. I ain't meant to say, all right, Storm. I was talking to Sky, and then I got off the phone with Sky, and I called up Storm. So I'm like, okay, Storm, it's just me and you on the phone. Mano y mano. So she like, now you got me by yourself on the phone. Now what? So I'm like, okay, I just wanted to talk to you. I mean, I think you are a pretty girl. I mean, to be honest with you, I wanted to talk to you way before I even, met Sky Jackson. She like, that's a damn lie. No, you didn't. Because I heard you a damn trillionaire and you could have met me any type of way. I'm like, that's not true. I'm always busy. I don't have time to meet girls like that. She like, yeah, but it seems to me that you always have time to have sex with them. So she like, so you mean to tell me that you like me? I'm like, I mean, I did. I mean, but I'm with Sky. She like, I don't even know what you look like. I'm like, okay. So I sent her a picture of me and she sent me a picture of her. I already knew what she looked like. She's like, okay, you cute. You real cute. Okay. You are cute. So she's like, okay, let's FaceTime. So we FaceTime and we just talking and stuff. And I'm like, so now, I mean, we on the phone, we FaceTime, and she's like, okay, you cute on the FaceTime too. So I'm like, so you find me attractive. She's like, just because I find you attractive don't mean I'm gonna be doing the same stuff Sky did. So I'm like, let me see something. She's like, see what? I'm like, let me see something. She's like, see what? See me smile? I'm like, girl, let me just see your body real quick. I just want to see your figure. She's like, if I show you, you're not going to tell Sky? I'm like, no. So she's like, fine. Just because I, want you to see it. So she takes off her pants or whatever. She like, okay, you seen it, now put my pants back on. I'm like, no, leave it off. She's like, for what? I'm like, because I want to see it, Storm. She's like, and why? What, you going to jerk off to it? Like, what do you want to look at it for? Fine, I'll leave it off. So she like, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, Sky calling me back. So Sky was calling me back. And I'm like, hey, Scott. She's like, what you doing, baby? I'm like, nothing. I was dealing with something. So she was like, Storm not answering her phone. I was calling her. She wasn't answering. Are you okay? Did she say anything mean to you? I'm like, no, Storm was, cool. I mean, girls like that all the time. I'm like, hold on, baby. She's like, okay. So I'm like, Storm, I gotta call you back. That's Sky. She like, so you just gonna tell me to take off my pants and you just gonna tell me that you gotta call me back. So I'm like, Scott, I'm like, Storm, I'm gonna call you back. She's like, you ain't gonna call me back, whatever. So she get off the phone and I'm talking to Sky, and Storm is texting me, actually, like, hitting me up, and she's like, how you gonna tell me to take off my pants, and you just gonna get off the phone with me? You made up some excuse talking about Sky called you. So she was thinking I was lying to her. So she's like, well, you get to see Storm Reid, June the 13th. I'm like, what if I want to see you, tomorrow morning or something? She's like, what, Sunday morning? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, you can come. I mean, I'll be in another state by then, but if you can fly to the state that I'm at, that okay, fine, yeah. So she like, you want to make love again? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you know what? I want to make love too. I'm like, Sky, you my baby. She's like, yeah. So I'm like, I miss you, right? She's like, I miss you too, David. So I did that with Storm Reid to just test her, to just see if she was like a woman of her word, because she was like trying to stand her ground and try to act like she was so tough with me. So I just wanted to see something. But I ain't done with Storm yet. Storm then, I'm gonna test her some more. I got Storm. Storm think it's over. It ain't nowhere near over. I'm gonna have her going crazy in a minute. Anyway, let me get off of here. and take care of some business. But deuces.